Hey, welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid, rules can be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. If you're new to my channel, know I like to go in deep. So I look at everything. We look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play out as karmic themes along with everything else. So if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you need to keep that in mind. You also need to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out. It's the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. And that's important when you're looking at spiritual blocks, because you're dealing with a person that a lot of times their words and their actions don't match. And it's really confusing, or their words and actions don't match what you feel, which is even more confusing. So being able to see, number one, what's going on with this person on a deeper level allows you to not take things personally, which is usually healing. That's number one. You put the all that back on the person that did you wrong. Because a lot of times when you're dealing with people that have shadows, they have sabotaging behavior. And then after you deal with them, you're the person that feels lack, limitation. And this is why it's really important to know who you're dealing with. Also, you're able to see why you attracted this person into your life to begin with and how to shape shift that energy. Now, does that mean make this person change? Well, believe it or not, if a person's on a low vibration and they want to raise their vibration, their intention is, and they've done the shadow work, well, then yes. Soulmate, twin flame relationships, those relationships where you don't really have a choice. You just feel like I'm connected to this person, even though I don't really want to be connected to this person, is usually when that happens, when you have two people that are ready to evolve into higher states of consciousness. They're going to, and that higher state of consciousness is of unconditional love. So when we have spiritual blocks, it's again, we don't know those blocks until that person comes into our life and triggers the shit out of us and makes us look at those blocks. And it's to help us, again, evolve into the highest state of consciousness. And in order to do that, we need to be clear. When we're full of blocks, we have sabotaging behaviors, and we actually grow further away from what we're trying to manifest, grow further away from unconditional love, the source. And the source is the same energy as the universe. It's the unconditional love. It's the same energy as God. So that separation from God is actually why we feel wounded, because we feel alone. We feel like we're not supported. We feel, again, that we don't know why we're here. There's a whole other, again, these shadow aspects that keep us locked in a lower state of consciousness. So let's jump right on in and see what that underlying energy is and why it is what it is and what we can do about it. Because just because I say shape shift doesn't necessarily mean that you can always change your person either, even if they're ready to evolve into that higher state of consciousness. It's always your free will to choose whether you accept this person into your life or not. But it's also like for inevitably, just even if you don't choose this person, to allow you to, learn and actually have the other person learn too. Because if you choose not to have them, then karmically they learn, especially if they wanted to be in your life, right? Okay, doubt. So the underlying energy of your situation is doubt. So I feel like you're in connection with somebody, though you're in separation right now. And you're in separation because they know that they didn't treat you right. And they also see that you're not the same person. See, they played chicken for too long, and they sat back and they checked out and they drank and they talked to other people and they tried to avoid this situation. But the thing is, you can't avoid unconditional love. Past life, karmic mate, there is unconditional love. This person, when you met them, was not ready to raise their vibration. They didn't want to raise their vibration. In fact, they actually thought their vibration was higher than yours because they based everything on material. And again, the ego. And so this person's used of surface type people, people that flaunt what they have. and don't have deep relationships. And so I feel like you're someone that likes deep relationships, needs deep relationships. You thrive in deep connections. This person doesn't have deep connections. They have surface connections, though I feel that they desire a deep connection from a higher state of consciousness. This is why Spirit has brought you into their life at this time. Now, does that mean that they're aware of that? No. The universe, again, always brings us what we need. So there was a sense when they first met you that they were like, I don't want to be in this. I don't know what this is and I don't like it, because they were like, is it witchcraft? Like, why do you have this control over me? Why do I keep thinking about you? And the more that they would grow feelings, the more that they would actually go out and talk to other people, try to avoid you, and play a lot of games. So they know that there's a very slim chance you're just going to let them come back into your life. They like, at best, maybe a friendship. At best, meaning that they could work their way into being a friend at best. So this is the underlying energy. So you're probably not going to see them do anything, or you haven't seen them do anything. Understand that it says more about them than you. However, I feel like for a lot of you, Scorpios, you're emotional and you're deep thinkers, and you treat people with a lot of love and kindness when you like somebody, and when you treat people the way you want it to be treated. And so I feel like they really hurt you, and this person knows that they really hurt you. So that's why they're like, I doubt quite highly. Again, this person feels like, again, they don't feel adequate. They feel like there's something wrong with them. And I say that because they always feel like they're out of tune, right? Out of tune, like they're a rebel in their own world. They're a rebel without a cause, right? And it's because they feel like they need to be alone. So they have like this lone wolf type of like vibe they like to give out. It makes them perceive that they're strong. I don't let anyone in my life. I take care of everything myself. I don't like have feelings, almost like too alpha male, like wanting to portray this. So that again tells me that your person doesn't feel like a man. Or again, if they are a man, or they have a serious like yin imbalance, because when you're a man, you're supposed to have a little bit of feminine in you. However, sometimes trauma creates that, where again you were raised by a parent, a male, like a father, and that father was so overbearing and didn't make this person feel safe. So they again leaned more from like, again, didn't make them feel safe, so they overcompensated. And that's a second chakra imbalance, when a person overcompensates because they feel like they're not man. And in fact, this person actually has a lot of masculine energy. They have a lot of masculine energy, be it because they're very good in business. They're very good in with working with tangible things, the things of the universe, the root chakra. Thing is, I feel like this person, again, because of their inadequacy. So it's almost like, I'm not going to let you in because I feel I'm inadequate. It's like, I don't feel like I'm enough of. Now that if it's a woman, then again, she's very into the yin energy, where it's almost like has problems making money, but is very creative and intuitive. And so again, she knows that her life isn't working in certain areas. And it's like, well, I'm not going to let you in because I'm showing you this perception. So whether it's a male or a woman, it doesn't matter. What the behaviorism is that this person overcompensates to pretend that they're a certain way because of the feelings of inadequacy. So everything that they do. So instead of like just walking around with a credit card and maybe like 20, 40, or $100 in their pocket, they'll walk around with a wad of money in their pocket and let everybody see their money. They display everything. Everything is over. Think about a person that comes in and they put on too much cologne, too much. Everything is too much because they feel, again, that lack. So they, again, feeling that they don't really fit in anywhere, it's like, well, I'd rather take on the persona that I'm a rebel, that I, again, am just too, like, I don't need to be in a relationship. I don't trust relationships. I don't like relationships. When really it's like they crave relationship. They don't know how to be in a relationship. Again, and they're haunted because, again, of the past, right? What keeps a person stuck in the past. So this person like doesn't move forward, and they don't move forward because there's a sense of they don't really know what they want. And it has nothing to do with attachment or connection or love. What it has to do with is their inadequacy, because they know that they create the same scenarios in every single relationship. They know that they haven't been in a good relationship. And for a long time, they may project, for a long time, they made it like it was everyone else's. And if they dealt with you, they would definitely project their wounds onto you, saying that it was all your fault, or that you misunderstand, or you make a big thing out of nothing, when really it's this person's way of avoiding because they're haunted. And I feel like they're really haunted from their upbringing. I feel like they were raised by a parent, and if it could have been a mother, single mother that had to be completely in her masculine energy to support and do everything to be the mother and the father, that this person, again, never saw a good relationship. It's, but, and not just never saw a good relationship, but that parent wasn't nice to them because they weren't happy in the fact that they didn't have a relationship, or they were in a toxic relationship. And that toxic relationship, if there was, then again, this person feels really inadequate. Again, and so what they do is, it's again, this is again deceiving, right? So this person tries to again create the persona that their life is a certain way, which makes it impossible for you to really get close to this person because you don't know who you're dealing. And so they deceive, again, because they put up a better front. Remember this, what I'm saying. Like, so instead of having just $100 in their wallet, they take out a big wad of money, again, trying to overcompensate for the feelings of lack and limitation, which again, didn't just happen. They grew up in an environment that made that happen. And that's a karmic theme that continues to play it out in their relationship. So they can completely strategize, especially because they have feelings. When a person has feelings, it's connected to love, and this person down deep inside doesn't believe that they are deserving of love, or doesn't know how to receive love because again, they didn't really get it, is what I'm seeing. So let's look and see. I want to look at the triggers. Here they are. And then we're going to look at the hidden truths, because it'll blow your mind when you see the triggers are one thing, but what the person really feels is something else. And then we'll see what type of relationship, if it'll tell us, or it'll go deeper into what they feel, again, to help you understand what you're dealing with. Kept outs, this was your trigger. Again, like, you're not letting me in. It's like into your world, like you didn't feel involved in anything regarding their life. Like your opinion didn't matter, when in fact, I feel like your opinion means a lot to them. It's just they were hiding who they were. Past lover. So it's, again, I feel like it's not so much the display of affection that they have towards their, but it's how much the loyalty that they have. But I believe that every relationship is horrible. So the thing is, it's like people have a lot of power over this person when they get out of a relationship, because they're not good when they're in the relationship. So it's almost like them doing things, them going out of their way, especially if they're not giving you anything. It's like anything that they give to anyone else is going to seem like too much. So it's, again, but I believe that that past lover is also jaded, is also angry, is also, and it's this way of like your person's way of pacifying, of pacifying them, because again, they know that they didn't really treat them right. They don't really treat anyone right. They're always in cleanup mode, it seems like. It's again, and then because for the long time, they are never accountable. And see, with you, that's your issue. You talk to them about the issue of them not giving you anything, and they were never accountable. It's like, and then when they wouldn't treat you right, they're still not accountable. And that's exactly what they did with that past person. It's just now that they're not in the relationship, there's not really an expectation. So they don't give a fuck. It's like, I'll do for you because it's like, I don't care. It's like, but it makes me like justify almost why I did or make me feel better that I don't really have to feel bad because look, I do everything for you. It's like, so it's a little bit of, this codependency that they have. So that's why it makes you like, I'm not getting anything. And then you're doing that for this person, but that person again is kind of like, I feel like every person that this person has a connection with, it's the same story. They're not connected to them when they're actually in the relationship. And again, like that they didn't give you attention, but there's also the need that they always need attention. So I feel like, they have avoidance style. So you would know that they were talking to other people. They would actually let you know that they were talking to people too, because they liked getting underneath your skin a little bit. Again, like, oh, look, you have feelings for me. It like built them up almost. So it's again, but they wouldn't give you the attention, but they're giving attention to everybody else. Again, if it's a person that they don't have a strong connection to, they can give it because it's like, well, you know what, I'll let you make me feel good. If we hook up, you can like be with me, but it's like, I won't have any strings towards you. I won't have anything. It's just a lot of attention that they were getting from a lot of different sources. So again, I feel like when you met this person, they might have always felt the connection, but they didn't want that type of connection. So what we see is, again, just no attention. And obviously, if the person's hiding who they are, they're not going to give you attention. And so let's go deeper. Again, like it's also like there's a sense that this person doesn't, because they don't have good experiences, they're really limited in being able to figure out like what they should do. I feel like they always tended to go for people that they didn't have to put that much effort into, people that might have been attractive on the outside, but people that wound up doing most of the work. And that's the thing. To them, it's like, well, it's easy to be with someone that I don't have to do anything for. However, they don't realize that they're pulling in people that have just as a low vibration as they do. It's that no one wants to be with somebody that doesn't put in any effort. And believe me, if the person, the past lover, put in all the time and attention, and they were the ones that emotionally showed up for most of the relationship, well, it's again why your person is limited in how much they're going to give you, number one. Number two, limited in their own ideas because they're letting somebody else pretty much run their life while they, again, do whatever the fuck they want, which it seems like talk to a lot of other people. And they're not even in the connection with the person that they're with. And so, but then they're going to feel guilty because of that when it comes to you. So it's always, they always find a way to avoid showing up for a person fully, whether that's you, whether that's that past lover, whether that's the people that they talk to, the random people, they don't have. And because they don't have, they actually feel as if like they don't even have depth. They don't have real connections. And because they don't have it, they look at their life and their life is not rich with experience. Again, pretending that everything is fine. Again, where because this person, lies about their life pretty much, they, pretend that everything's fine and in hope that you will get triggered, in hopes that you will call them out on it, because they don't care at this point whether it's good attention, bad attention. They just want to get something because no one's doing anything, and the fact that no one's doing anything, they expected you to come back, and then when you didn't come back, well, they expected you to be like all the rest of the low vibe people that they hang out with again. And so again, it's almost like this person is like just not moving. It's like, because it's almost like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. First of all, they didn't know who they were dealing with. Second of all, it's like they've never been in this type of connection before. Third of all, it's like they haven't healed. So they don't really even know how to act. Everything's a facade, everything's a show to make people perceive that their life is one way, which is why they never let you in to begin with. But that doesn't mean that that's not what their hidden truths are. We're going to take a peek at what their hidden truths are, because a lot of times the person does have feelings. Or they think something completely different, because what I see is that this person has a lot of spiritual blocks, as you can see. And when a person has a lot of blocks, they're not present anymore. A lot of times they're in fantasy land. They daydream a lot. It's a way of avoidance. Same thing with addictions. Same thing with, again, too many people that they're talking to. Everything's in, they do in is a lot. It's obsessive behavior, it's obsessive compulsive behavior. And so I remember every detail of that day. So again, this person, it's not that this person hasn't stopped thinking about you. I feel like you guys used to talk, and that there was a day that actually, this day is what made you feel that you and this person were going to be together, that they thought that they were going to be with you, but um, I feel like, again, that past karmic mate kind of like pulled them back in, which is what makes you feel like, well, that display of love and loyalty for this person that you say that you don't care about is like, well, you're leaving me out in the cold. And so there's a sense of betrayal, but in their mind, they remember every detail of that day, because to them, it was magical. It was real. Where all the other connections that they have, it's not that their people don't have, but it was always coming from a place of lust. Like with you and this person, it was really coming from a place of love, which is why they know that they really hurt you, and why they see, like, again, how they handle things. And I feel like that karmic, the person, again, that you feel like this person puts a display on, I think that they manipulate a lot. They're almost like, you ruined my life, so I don't want to see you happy with anybody. So if you telling me you're dating somebody, well, I'm going to ruin it. If you tell me that you're going to do something, I'm going to ruin your life. And I feel like they pretend to befriend this person. And that's the thing. A lot of times when a person's in a relationship with someone that's toxic and it's imbalanced, obviously, imbalance goes to imbalance, but I feel like that past karmic mate is really imbalanced and they are mad. And so there's a sense that they will do everything and everything to try to destroy, your person's life. Your person feels bad for how they treated them. They feel like, again, obligated. Now, I know that's a similar reading came up a few weeks ago of somebody feeling obligated. The timing just wasn't right for us. So it's, again, they procrastinate. They're, again, like saying that. But the truth of the matter is that when you guys came together, that day that they keep replaying in their mind, when you talk to them, whatever the day was, whether you talk to them on the phone, whether you talk to them, like whether you saw them in person, whatever it is, it keeps replaying in their mind. And the issue was that they weren't free of that karmic, not 100%. Not 100%. They're dealing with someone that's very imbalanced, someone that's very needy, someone that's really angry. And though they emotionally checked out of the relationship, they did not close out that connection. And like you said, that's the issue. So the timing wasn't right, but I feel as if they didn't say that. So there was a sense of not caring that they like had. It's like, well, I have this connection with you, but I'm not really going to be honest with you either. I'm going to get up and go ghost and fix everything somewhere else. Or like, because this person doesn't have a life of their own. That's what it looks like. So the life of their own consists of, talking to random people and helping out this karmic and going to work. And so that's their life. So of course, you know, but I feel like they look at you and they're like, they like your life. That's part of the appeal. Finding out the truth crushed me. And so again, I feel like this person expected you to chase them, expected you to like be so heartbroken, so like devastated because that day that you guys talked, whether or not that again, whether you hooked up, whatever it was, that day, this person was like, oh, you're in love with me. I can tell, I could feel it. And so when you didn't chase after them, like I said, I feel like this person did whatever they did, you detach from them. They're off helping, other people living their life. So it's again, it's made them like look at themselves and see and look at you and look at you a lot differently. And I feel like it does bother them because it's like, wow, I thought you were really crazy in love with me. Like I needed to see like you not reacting, you not chasing them, you detaching from them actually hurt their ego, which is why another reason why I feel like they want to come back. They hate the fact of how that ended because they were so sure how crazy you were for them. And now that they don't feel that, they almost feel like their air is gone because it was real. And it was like, and like I said, I feel like you're a good catch. They see that you're a good catch. I feel like they didn't really look at that before. Like they just kind of clumped you in with everyone else before. But then that one day that you guys either talked or hooked up, that like changed things that this person would have came back. But I feel like that karmic is like, no fucking way. It's like, you will not be happy. You will not be happy. We will be together again. And that's the thing, that karmic also knows that, one way or another, your person's going to make their way back. They're going to make their way back to you because you're not chasing them, you're not calling them. Usually by now, I feel like that karmic's able to get rid of people, has gotten rid of people, usually thinks that they're the winner. And there's a sense that because you cut your energy off and you were like, oh no, you think I'm going to lay down and die? Oh, no, not I. Like literally, like you were the one that was singing that song. Well, it's again, that doesn't sit right with this person. It's almost like it crushed their ego. It really did crush them. It's like because it's like they could have, it's almost like you didn't care. So then it's so easy for you to meet somebody else. Like their imagination starts going, see, if you were like, no, and cried and fought for them, their imagination could have, pacified this person where they just stayed put, connected, to people and not really trying that hard for you. But I feel like it's eating away at them. God will always conspire to work things out. Like when a person is on their high, when you do the right thing. So the universe saw that this person was acting cocky, and because you did the right thing, it's like, well, now I'm gonna like make your life look even better. And I feel like that's why your person's like, I didn't do anything. I sat back and it's like, I don't even know who I'm dealing with now. It's like, because when I left, I thought you were so crazy about me. And meanwhile, like now, I doubt you even care. Again, there's that word doubt. I doubt that you care because of you. I'm starting to see what is really important in my life. Well, it's again, also feel like that's partially ego. It's like, because they're perceiving your life to be a certain way. And again, this person hasn't put in the time, energy, effort to really get to know you. So they're getting their information from either other people, stalking you on social media, you know, everything except for asking you know, instead of putting in the energy. So again, I feel like their ego is really like running the show. Our love will manifest through the union of heart and mind. So it's again, I feel like was an ESP connection, and ESP is past life connection. It's through the heart and mind, right? Because we're only in physical form to learn and to manifest. So when a person is thinking a lot and thinking a lot of you, and there's an emotional connection, well, the universe conspires. If two people are doing it, the universe definitely conspires to bring those two together. And so it's a thing where this person, like, when they met you, they knew that you were something. They might not have known the label of soulmate. They might not have even believed in soulmate before you, but they feel again this connection. And though they've tried to break it, and though they've tried to run from it and make excuses for it, they can't. So to them, they're like, well, we're just gonna like, again, like, we're just gonna be together because the universe will keep on bringing us together. Or again, they just feel like through the heart and mind, if you keep thinking about me and emotionally, like we keep having like a strong connection, well, eventually one of us is gonna break. So I feel like that's kind of like what your person always thought, that you would break and that you're not breaking, and they really want you to reach out to them and you're not doing that. But it's almost like it's to your benefit that you don't. I feel our energy merging together as if it has a life of its own. We are becoming one again. It's again, this person, like, again, tried to shut you out, didn't want that type of relationship, didn't understand that type of relationship, thought that you were doing voodoo or witchcraft or whatever. Again, didn't treat you well, was a player, talking to a lot of people, doing what they want when they want it. And mainly all because of they haven't had good relationships. We need to wait for divine timing. Time is healing. So again, I think that your person is, I don't know why they're waiting, because I feel like that's partially like they're, again, I feel like they're just, I feel like there's a part of them that really does believe like they're intuitively going to be called, because again, they feel the strong connection. It's again, they tried to cut it, they tried to walk away from it, they tried to do everything to it. They can't. It's so again, they feel that it's a soulmate type of connection. I don't know whether they know the phrase, like I said. So it's almost like intuitively they will they'll know. And right now it's not the right timing in their mind. My thing is like, I don't like this person because they're navigating the relationship as if they're in the relationship by themselves. So it's like they're gonna wait. They feel they've tried to walk away. And says it. It's like, again, you guys are not together. It's like, and um it's almost like they're hoping that the universe fixes this. This is like what in their mind, because they still feel a connection to you, where normally they don't care. Usually by now they don't care. I want to talk to you, but I'm not sure I'm ready to share everything and give you the answers that you deserve. Because again, this person disappeared. So it's like they know that they have to. And I feel like that's part of the divine timing. It's like they're waiting for certain things. What I really feel like is that, you know, your person confided in that karmic, again, told them about you. Then that karmic played that they, you know, needed, dragged them back in, kind of tricked them somehow. And, you know, then your person went ghost, because they knew that they weren't going to really be able to explain why they weren't there for you. And so they waited too long. And now, like I said, they're like, I do want to talk to you, but it's like, if I'm gonna come back to you and tell you everything, then you're gonna, if you want to be with me, you're gonna want to know what I'm giving you, where the relationship's going. And they're not they're not ready for that. It's like they have to get certain people out of their life, they have to change their life. So it's, again, they know. But that's really what the divine timing is. It's like when they're ready. And that's what I don't like, because it's like, again, they're not considering you. We incarnated together to clear specific patterns from our ancestral bloodline. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're supposed to be with this person. This person came into your life to teach you. That's what soul relationships are. We have free will to choose whether we're with a soulmate, twin flame, whether we're with, a past life karmic mate. There's many different realities that play out at one time. Your level of consciousness depends on what you do. And what I see is that this person is not on the same vibration as you. It's, again, they have avoidance style. They never in the connection when they should be in the connection, and then they're trying to fix the connection, and then fixing like the connection, which you can't fix how a person's going to see you after you treated them like shit, no matter what you do. And that's almost what your person's trying to do. They don't want to look like the bad guy. So let me, fix all this and be there for you. And I'm not really closing the door with you. When meanwhile, it's, again, they're not growing and building with you. And I feel like that is why this person's in your life, to teach you what are those things that need to be cleared. Is it lacking? Is it something that's like a lack, a limitation, something that, again, makes you feel unworthy, not good enough? Because this person, again, has not, like, they don't commit. And they always have an issue. At first, it was like, I don't want to. Now I feel guilty for this. It always seems to be something. And really what it is it's just an avoidance style. I can't validate our love in the 3D until I understand our spiritual love in the 5D. Give me time to explore this aspect so I can be a stronger spiritual partner for you. It's, again, what this person, again, only has with you is the spiritual connection, and they don't understand. They are not a spiritual person. As I said, they never had a relationship like this before. So they try to play it the way that they played all their other relationships, which is not a good way. This person, again, pretends to be someone that they're not. So you're never going to get anything good. And so what it is it's like they've tried to walk away. They can't. They've tried to do everything they can, destroy the connection. They still have feelings. So what I see here is it's like, I want to be here for you, but I'm not ready to tell you everything. And I also don't understand, just because it's a spiritual connection, I don't understand. What does this mean? Like, why do I feel this way? Are you part of my destiny? Are you supposed to be like, this is not the way that this person thinks at all. This is almost like fantasy world for this person. So that's actually what they can't digest. Remember, what are you, a witch? What are you, like, I have these feelings for you, and like no one's ever made me have feelings like this before. I don't care. It's like they care. They don't understand. So it's, again, they want to be able to figure it out. And it's like, it's keeping them, again, it's a lot of situations it's not about trying to logically figure it out. It's, this person does everything logically, strategically. They really come from a fear-based consciousness. So wanting to control everything, to strategize everything, again, wanting to come in a certain way, waiting for the right time. But again, it's their right time. It's not really your right time. It's a lot of, again, strategizing. My ego is fragile to criticism and rejection. I've created walls to protect myself. And that's what that is. So it's again, they're they have feelings, but they're the ones that inevitably know that they have to bring down those walls. And part of the wall is I don't understand what the spiritual connection is. And changing their life, changing their life. So it's again, what we see is a person that's not ready. And we'll go, that's what we see. They plan on eventually coming back. They have a feeling that maybe one day, but we don't see any action. Again, we see a lot of fantasy. We see a lot of, I want to, but do I really want to change? So again, they're not ready. So we have to ask, why did you attract this person? What are you supposed to be learning from this situation? You found your magic. That's actually, these are childhood, the inner child cards. So it's like, we have to say again, it's not always negative things that we find in our shadows. But sometimes we find positive things. We find our creativity. And in this case, you find your magic. So again, you probably attracted this person into your life because you felt inadequate when it came to, making money, maybe job, knowing your soul's purpose, something again within the grounded, within the root chakra. Because what we see with that person is they're very logical, they're very linear, they're very, again, they strategize, everything's in the mind. Where I feel like you're someone that's everything's in the heart, everything is again in the emotional realm. So that's where you excel. But I believe because this person didn't give you anything and they hurt you, you put your energy into yourself and you found your magic, which is why this person is finding you so appealing now too, by the way, and why they also played a lot of games before, because they perceive you to be a certain way. But they never took the time. And again, it did security and safety. This person did not bring security and safety. And I feel like that was the same energy that you had growing up. And that security and safety should just be emotionally. This person was never there for you. They didn't give you what you needed. So obviously you wouldn't be able to be vulnerable with this person. You wouldn't be able to show any type of flaw with this person because again, they weren't there. And joy, which is another gift. I feel like you're just someone that's very happy. That's your natural way of being. It's like I'm a happy person. Even like things get me down, but I always wind up being in a, try to get myself in a positive attitude. I always look at the silver lining. I always find the small joys in everyday life. And I feel like that actually is very is a spiritual gift because in the fact that you do that, I feel like that's one way that it brought you to your magic. You were not having someone so toxic in your life. You were able to tap into your own inner wisdom to know what you really would find that would bring you pleasure and happiness. And you again created yourself and you gave yourself the security and the safety that you never got. So you reparented yourself, which is always what you need to do when you have shadows. Again, because shadows created a lot, most of the time, from our inner childhood wounds. So again, we have to always reparent. And you did that by giving yourself the security. That's what makes you feel safe, made you feel strong and safe within yourself. Because this person didn't give you anything. And you took that emotional pain and you channeled it. So now, of course, they find you real attractive and they're trying to figure their way back. But again, there's parts of them that want to leave out certain parts of their story. They're not ready to tell you everything. But it's again, are they in regret? Absolutely, because again, they hate the way that this ended. They again wanted you to be like, no, and fight for it. And you were like detached, didn't say anything. So they didn't even realize that you did it. And now you actually look like life is good. So again, they're the ones stuck holding the shit bag. And that's the way it needs to be, where you were like, you gave it to yourself. You gave it to yourself. So I like to ask the last card, which is healing energy. So what other energy can we pull into this? Because being connected to this person in the beginning, you did have feelings, obviously, and there is a connection. However, I believe that they corroded the connection. You know, when a person's toxic and they play games and they treat people badly, it's like that unconditional love is still there. The difference is it winds up being a choice that, you know, we have to do a head over heart decision, which is what I believe that you did. And because you were like, well, being connected to this person, like, would give me the exact opposite of, you know, love. So I got, again, still inner work, because I say, like, in giving some, having a connection to a person like this, and the fact that they didn't give anything, you know, but you were still emotionally invested a little bit because you're an emotional person. So we would still feel a little bit of a hole in our heart. And so we ask Spirit, what else can we do? And this is inner work. God brings me ideal situations for my inner healing, this person. As I become aware of my weaknesses, I turn them into strength. Again, you integrate the spiritual lesson. That's why you got this person into your life. I direct my thoughts towards the light and see the positive side of every stage, which you do. As I said, you're someone that's joy, and that's what helped you get through this. See, I told you, darkness turns into courage. Thus, I get stronger. It's all about getting stronger and evolving into the higher state of consciousness. This was a karmic connection to help you heal. And again, to become yourself, to find your magic, to give yourself the security, the safety, because when you found your magic, I believe that, again, you're utilizing that to make money. And again, that creates a whole new life for you as well. And this person feels you leaving them behind. And that is why they're also panicking, and why, again, they're like starting to actually think about the connection. I don't want to say they're panicking, but where they're actually saying, wait a minute, like, if I'm going to be with this person, I got to change. And what we see is that they're not really 100% ready. So if they do come back, don't be tricked, because like I said, they think in the divine time, but we don't know when that is. And we don't know whether the person really thinks it's a divine that's leading them, or if it's their ego that's leading them. Because what I see here is they haven't really done any work. I'm going to leave that there for you. So you let me know how you resonated. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.